Netflix, you don't need cable. Hop on YouTube, welcome to the hood table. Where we chop up local and global events vocally. You don't really wanna miss out on these conversations. Just joke a little, laugh a little, get that wine in your system, fill your glass a little. Expose current events, talk trash a little. You never know, these opinions might clash a little. They addicted to the content, got them binge watching. You don't like it, think you want invited. Bet your friends watching in the house, ain't your job parking lot before you clocking. They don't wanna miss a second of this HD content. Everybody think they got something to say, so it's an open invitation, bring it to the table. But if you come whack, just know we ain't buying in. We gon' probably turn you back until you sorry, try again. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable.
Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the Hood Table. What's up to my beautiful, lovely co-host and friend in real life, Miss Shut Shit Down, aka Karma Diva.
You know what I do. Hey, y'all, how y'all
doing? Shut it down.
Shut it all the way down till it's completely and forever broken.
Girl. What's up, Trash Talk Alley? I was trying to hit you up earlier because you said you went live or you was going live. So I said, okay, I was working, so I'm going to tune in. But then I was like, damn, she still ain't went live and I'm off of work now. And I was like, okay, well, I want to go live. So, okay, if she go live, we might knock heads. Hopefully not, because you my girl, you know what I'm saying? But yes, so if you want to jump on the link, if anybody wants to jump on the link, let me drop it real quick.
Ken, what's up, Ken? But what we yapping about today? Okay. What we yapping about today, sis?
Hey, Mackenzie, Michelle's daughter. Who else in the chat? Did you say Ken? Oh, you said Cam. I thought you said Ken. I'm like, where's Ken?
No, Ken.
Oh, okay. Oh, damn. Is that? Don't tell me she on Facebook because I don't see her.
Oh, no, not Candace. I'm talking about Trash Can. Or
oh, girl, I'm up here all confused. I'm like, what's up, Candace? Candace?
Look, let me take my crayon out and connect the dots for you.
Girl, I'm like, you said because that's who I call Can. I call Candace.
I know.
Can.
That's why, and then when she kept saying, where, let me see if she on Facebook. I'm like, you just said hi to her. We got it. We don't work it out. We got it together. We don't work it out.
My bad. And yeah, shout out to my son, Wavy Cam. He was in the chat with us. When was that? When I went live the day before yesterday, he jumped his big head up in the camera, always trying to be seen. I'm like, you're supposed to be in the back. You're supposed to be in the background. You're a moderator. Get offline.
Hey, Bam. What's up, baby?
He always want to show his face.
Go show that beautiful chocolate face, boy.
I know. That's my chocolate drop. What's up, Vibrant Low? Let me tell you, you need to be the YouTube. I'm gonna call you the YouTube CEO because I swear to God, when we was watching Carrie earlier, you had every single answer right. Like when she was playing that game. Message bitch, you had every single answer right. I was like, damn, Vibrant. But yeah, that's what's up, y'all. That's what's up. But for most of y'all who we ain't gonna be on here long tonight, I promise y'all, because I know a lot of people got to go to work in the morning.
I don't.
Come on, Curtis, jump on the lane.
Oh, come through, see.
Jump on the lane, Curtis.
Get on the lanky lane.
We know
you know about lane.
Robert Lowe said, I be on it. I know you do. I'll be like, oh, see, I need to follow you around. Vibrant Lowe, just carry me around in your little purse and your little bag. Because you be keeping up. But I be behind on shit because I be working all day, which is why I don't hardly get to go live that much anymore. But y'all need to stay on me about that shit because I do miss y'all. But a bitch be working hard, like working hard for the money. But
well, that made one of us.
Girl, Curtis said he working. Mm-hmm.
But I work hard. Look, I work hard at being a mom.
Well, I wanted to talk to Curtis because I wanted to see if he's ever been in a long distance relationship before,
or
like a virtual, online, relationship before. Because I saw something really interesting lately on the YouTube streets in the B sector, and it deals with.
You don't remember how it went down in the street back in the day?
Well. Yes, I do.
And you know exactly what I'm talking about. That's why.
Yeah, Sioux City is going up. Curtis,
and I'm saying that's a cautionary tale. And that's something else we need to talk about. That's a cautionary tale. Because you don't know people's mental states.
I got a story, but I'm going to leave my story. I want to hear other people's stories. So it's an open panel. It's an open chat. If anybody wants to come on here and discuss the positives, the pros and cons of online relationships, feel free to click that StreamYard link. But the reason why I thought that I wanted to discuss this was because of the recent, like Jay Dunn in the B sector, everybody been discussing her story, how she had was so-called had like some type of online thing going with Intrinsic Love, who was, or I think still is, in a relationship with this chick named Diamond. Now all these women are lesbians. Okay, is that okay to call them? Like they like girls? Okay, they like girls. So from what Jay Dunn was saying, Intrinsic had hit her up and they was both flirting with each other heavy. Then Intrinsic had sent her like some roses and a card and all this when Jay Dunn was sick with the Rona. And then Jay Dunn was sending her money to feed her kids. And I mean, not like she needed money to feed her kids. It wasn't that. Like she was broke over there, and
she was daddy. But said, out of happy.
Yeah, just as a gift. I'm gonna purchase you a DoorDash or some bullshit, right?
You said she the pappy. Out of pappy.
You know, Jay Dunn called herself a whole man. So Jay Dunn.
Oh, you do? Now see, I'm playing. I don't even know who the hell these people
is. You playing on point. You playing on point because Jay Dunn is a whole man. She's a female who's gay, but she's a butch, so she calls herself a whole man, a whole gentleman. So, and I really do think she's a gentleman, for the most part. But so this chick, Intrinsic Love, her and Jay Dunn was flirting heavy and all that kind of shit. And I guess Intrinsic Love was in another relationship with a girl named Diamond. This is all in the B sector and the black sector because Intrinsic is in the black sector, Jay Dunn is in the B sector. But I really don't want to get into all the sector shit. I just really want to get into online dating pros and cons and things that you should be aware of. And the reason why I wanted to go live was because for those of you who follow Sassy, I love me some Sassy. Shout out to Sassy. And her man, Langston, who is also a YouTuber, they met on YouTube a little while ago. And then she was kind of explaining her story. Well, they both was explaining their story. Hey, Sincere Sadia. Hey, boo. They was explaining their story because I guess they felt the desire to come out and share how they met and how it happened and how it went down and what they did do, what they didn't do, and da-da-da-da-da-da. And they were giving advice to not only Jay Dunn, but also to other people who might encounter some type of relationship or flirtatious behavior from someone online that you might be interested in. So it's an open panel, open chat. If anybody wants to hit the link and discuss what's going on in the B sector between Jay Dunn, Intrinsic, and Diamond, or your own experiences. I have experiences myself with long distance relationships that I thought was going really, really well to like the very end.
Yeah.
So I'll share that later. But yeah, that was some shit. And you know who I'm talking about, Karma Diva. Girl, don't laugh at me. Don't laugh at me.
I'm just laughing at situations because we've all, to me, and I was sitting here thinking, before we got on live, I said, my last few relationships have been with men that I have met online. And I'm like, to me, that's a lazy way of dating. It really is. Because
Do
you
you
don't really
really think so?
think about it. Remember how it used to be? You could go in a club, or hell, you could be in the grocery store.
But what
And
about with
you
the
face,
Rona and everything going on?
yeah, but I mean, I miss that face-to-face interaction, the
Yeah.
flirting, that feeling you got, that chemistry you got
Yeah.
from being near that person.
I see what
And
you're saying. Yeah.
yeah, so that's what I'm saying. But I can't speak too hard on that because hell, I've been with my mister. It'll be 5 years in December, and I met him through Facebook.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But
Well, Sincere said, who's on the panel with you? Sincere, that is my co-host. She usually joins me when we have interviews, and she usually joins me on Friday Night Live. And every now and then we kick it together on our on the hood table. But she is my real life friend, Carmel Diva. We live in the same city of Omaha, Nebraska.
we for real
So
friends.
that's my girl who's on the line, who's on the panel with me. Miss Shut Shit Down, aka Miss Carmel Diva. I just love that, Miss Shut Shit Down.
Hey, and you know what's funny is the mister gave me that name.
Oh shit. Now you know when your man give you a nickname, it's for real. It's for real.
He was like, "You always trying to come here and be Miss Shut Shit Down." I'm like, "Cause that's what I do."
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. If the shit ain't going right, if the shit don't sound right, shut it the fuck down.
And let it be forever and consistently broke.
Yes, yes. But Karma Diva,
Yes,
now
ma'am.
I'm gonna just speak about a few things that I heard Sassy and her man Langston say, which are two YouTubers, when they were discussing like the do's and don'ts of online or YouTube dating. And me and you was talking about this earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So, like Jay Dunn, she was getting a lot of criticism and backlash because after she realized, I guess after her and the other female intrinsic, I guess she realized it wasn't about to be a go. You know what I'm saying? She
Yeah.
dropped some explicit nudes of her on her YouTube wall, which is like basically Facebook. YouTube community wall is like Facebook or like your IG, um
That's I can honestly say
mm-hmm,
I've not done that.
mm-hmm.
I've had Negroes that have hurt me, that have tried to break me to the core, and I got photos. But my thing is this: they were for me. They wasn't for the world. And if he wanted that to be out there in the world, he would have put it out there. Just like I don't want him putting no pictures of me out there. I'm not finna do that to nobody else because I truly believe in karma. I do. So
And I absolutely agree with you. What Jay Dunn did, a lot of people basically was like disgusted, like, and I follow Jay Dunn. I like Jay Dunn. I know a lot of people might feel some type of way by Jay Dunn, but I like Jay Dunn. Overall, I think she's hilarious. She can be funny, really comedic. Um, and she basically, there's a lot of people in the YouTube B sector that some people are like, oh, I can't stand that person, but you just can't turn away. You know what I'm saying? It's like they might do some fuck shit, but at other times when they're not doing that fuck shit, they're very entertaining. So
you want to excuse them because of their other attributes.
right. And when it comes to the B sector, if you've been following anybody in the chat, if you've been following the B sector long enough, you know that most YouTubers in the B sector, they have their good traits and then they have the side eye traits.
And that's that's with most anybody.
Yeah.
Whether they in the B sector
But
or
most
whatever.
people in real life don't do the fuck shit that a lot of people in the B sector do on YouTube.
See, my thing is
this,
they do it on there because they are online.
Because they can get away with it.
Right.
Because
now,
in real life,
about it.
you ain't
in
gonna
real
do
life, somebody would have socked you in your face. in your face.
Exactly.
For doing some BS like that.
Exactly.
And that's why when you tell me about all this doxing shit, I'm like, wait a minute.
Doing that shit though. They be going to people's jobs. They be calling people parents. They be going to people's houses, taking pictures of people's cars, their license plates, their houses. I mean, taking pictures of people's kids at their schools.
Oh no, you took a picture of my child. It's all the gloves is off, and you know how I am about my kids. It's on and cracking from then on out. You touch one of mine, I'm gonna touch 10 of yours. Trust and believe that.
That's what I'm talking about.
You can take that to the
exactly what I'm talking about. Like real life shit. But see, a lot of shit again, people get away with on YouTube, even with the doxing. We all know that doxing is illegal, but for some reason on YouTube, you can get away with that shit, like for real. But when Jay Dunn, now I didn't see the picture. By the time I found out about the new photo that Jay Dunn had posted, I was going over there like, I know this bitch didn't post. I know she didn't post no new pic of this girl on her wall. But by the time I went over there, she
like
had
I said, if that girl wanted to share that with the world, she would have put it out for the world to see.
But
that's like somebody taking a picture of Jay Dunn and posting it just as they say they picture on YouTube.
But check this out. What I got from Langston and Sassy on their show when they was giving like a little advice on online dating. They were like, first of all, Sassy, she was saying when Langston asked her for pics, she said, I sent him about 3 pics. And Langston, he said it too. He said, man, she sent me like 3 pics, 3 normal pictures.
Right.
Nothing explicit, no nudes, nothing like that. And Sassy was like, hell no. Because first of all, why would you send somebody some nude photos of you and you ain't met them in real life?
Why are you sending your body to
work? You don't know where they live. You don't know nothing about them, but you sending nude pics to people that you really might never meet in real life.
That's what I'm saying. And you sending your pictures of your body through the mail, through the phone.
Girl.
Where they do that at?
I don't get it. It's like, I mean, I know Langston was saying that a lot of people these days, they like to see stuff up close and personal. It's all about what they can see. Like before they even meet you in person, they want to know what you got without knowing what you got. You know what I mean? Without even having sex with you, they want to see your sexual body parts.
No. And I can't say, and I'm not going to sit here in judgment and say that I ain't done no shit like that in the past, because I'd be lying and be a hypocrite.
Mm-hmm.
But
it wasn't to no stranger, was it?
Hell no.
Okay, see, that's the difference.
These is people like this. These is dudes that I vetted. I mean, these are people that I talk to. When I was talking to them, we calling on the phone, talking all day. And if we ain't talking on the phone, we texting, we meeting up somewhere or something like that. And it's months down the line. It ain't like, oh, here, look at this. No.
Well, from what we heard online regarding Jay Dunn and Trissa, it was like a few weeks that they were talking and stuff like that, and already nude pics. I'm like, hell no. I mean, what do you know about this distance? We talked for months and months and months and months and months. I knew his people. He knew my people. I mean, we wasn't like randoms at all. And we sent each other pics. But I would never do that within like the first week or two.
A few weeks. I mean, what do you know about this person? And I say this about people I've known for years. And this goes across the board. Mm-hmm. People are only going to show you what they want you to know or see about them. So what do you know about this person in a few weeks of online talking, dating, whatever, that would make you send them photos of your body?
Not enough, honey, not enough. And that's one thing that I do want to mention that I heard Langston and them say, Langston and Sassy on Sassy's show. she said something like when they first started like communicating with each other and giving out each other's phone numbers and addresses because he wanted to mail her stuff, gifts
It
or
took me a minute before, like, oh,
he was
I mean,
like,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
she was like, they were like, okay, it was kind of tit for tat around that point. You want my address? I give you my address if you give me yours. It was something like that. It wasn't like, okay, I will just give you all this information. Because Langston was like, well, if this does happen to be some type of fuck shit, basically, she got my shit, I got her shit. If she released my shit, I'll release. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when it comes to the online thing, especially in the beef sector on YouTube, I feel the same way. Like, you're not about to get my address all early on into us talking.
I will tell you this, like, a lot of people that know me know that I met my mister in a Facebook group. It was 2 months before I even gave him my phone number.
Groups. Ooh.
Before I even gave him my phone number. That was 2 months before I gave him my phone. We was just all I would do was
How long
talk.
ago did you guys first meet? How long has it been since you first met?
We met in December of 2017.
Okay.
Been together.
It's been like 5 years now. Okay.
Yep. He been my rock. He been my confidant, my partner in crime.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when I say he stepped in, my kids, they dad ain't never really been a big part of their life.
Mm-hmm.
But without me even asking or saying, he just stepped in and filled that role.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
My kids love him to death. He has helped me with so much. When my mama died, when she was sick, he was my ace. He was right there by my side. And been there afterwards, when I have my breakdowns and this and that, thinking about my mama, he's still right there. He let me have my moments. And, we do it for each other. Like, even when his ex-wife passed, and he didn't want to talk to me about it at first. And I was like, you can talk to me about it. Y'all spent 25 years together. That's a lifetime. Y'all got 3 kids together. What kind of fool would I look like to think you wouldn't have some kind of feeling for her in her passing? I'm like, I know some women would get jealous and this, but that's not me, because I'm confident in who I am. But, everybody ain't like that. And the confidence that comes with being a grown woman and having to have grown and things. And we just, and as far as online dating, I just say vet people. You can take them at face value, but get to know them. And don't put all your business and your information out there just at the ready.
Now, how do you feel about this? Now that you're talking about just put your business out there, because you just walked right into my next question. One thing that Sassy said, and her man agreed with her, was once you realize that this is a thing and that you are definitely, you feel like that's your man. I don't care if you call him your man, your boo, your mate, your girlfriend, whatever. If you are in an online community, like, okay, if you're in this group, or like Sassy and Langston are in YouTube, in the B sector. So they're both YouTubers. She feels, and he does agree, that once you realize that you're a thing, especially with all kind of people out there, people just sometimes just try to talk to different people. You know how it is.
Yeah.
People always looking for a good man or a good woman. Like, you should not just stand on the Eiffel Tower and yell, I'm in a relationship with such and such, but make it be known. Because they feel like if you make it be known, that's basically telling the other person that even though we stay in different states, we are official.
Right.
So
And
ain't no way some chick over here can be like, oh, what's up, man? In the background, what's up, Sass? You know what I'm saying? Like,
and my dude lives in Kansas City. But anybody that knows me knows That's my man.
Mm-hmm.
Period. They know me and him is together. That's who I'm with. And when I'm out here doing whatever, I'm letting folks know this is who I'm representing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This is my man. Period.
Mm-hmm. And I do think you should represent, especially when you're online. And it's not like okay, let's say you're both met each other. I don't know how the fuck ever you can meet online. There's so many different ways now. But if you're in the same community, like, okay, you know, I'm not gonna say my Facebook group's name, but you
Yeah.
know, we have this group, right? And we've been having this group for a long time.
Oh yeah.
And people, right? People, you know, remember one thing I always said in our group, on
What
our
happened in our group stays in our group.
Exactly. And I have the same sign on my patio. What happens on this patio stays on this patio. I am a firm believer that as grown people, what you do is what you do. So when it comes to the groups that I have put together on Facebook, the grown folks groups, I always said, and you'll probably remember when I say it, but I always said, if you end up meeting somebody in our group and y'all end up dating, have sex,
keep it out the group. Don't let us know. Please keep it out the group.
And even if you put it in the group, it's actually fine. It's the aftermath.
And we don't see a lot of aftermath in that group.
Right. If you break up and you feel like J Dunn posted new pics of that girl, I'm like, oh my God, J Dunn, did you really do that? Like, if you break up, we don't want to hear about it. We don't want to know. We don't want to hear y'all arguing.
I mean,
one of y'all gotta either leave
if y'all
can't habitat.
That is the truth. We have always said that in the group. If y'all break up, one of y'all gotta leave.
Yep. If y'all cannot keep it on grown shit.
Right.
If you cannot keep it on grown shit, then one of y'all gotta get the fuck out. Y'all decide who, or I'll put y'all both out of our group.
Now that part, that's the truth, because we have seen some bullshit go down in the group, just like any other group or any other place. We've seen bullshit go down, but I truly believe in that.
Yeah.
Because then they want people to pick sides, and well, you was my friend first, or we closer, and it's like, I ain't part of your bullshit. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I ain't slept with you or you. So I ain't got nothing to do with that. Don't pull me into that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Now that was the one thing we were big on in our group. That was the one thing.
Yep. And I still feel the same way. I honestly still feel the same way to this day. Even though our group hasn't been as active, because before Rona, we used to hook up and get together all the time in real life.
We like every Friday.
We went from a Facebook group to a real life in person
group, we were a family.
Right. It was like a family. But then the Rona came, and 3 years later, we
everybody just doing them.
Everybody just doing whatever.
Which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
Which is cool. But, everybody, I do miss, the interactions and the parties and, the get-togethers and, the dominoes and card playing and shit talking. And just, the normal shit that we did, because that was pretty much what we did. No, I don't miss that.
You don't miss my jungle juice?
I don't miss that.
Really?
Girl.
What's wrong with my jungle juice?
As many times as I landed on my ass with that, no ma'am. I'm good.
It only came with 2 kinds of every liquor you can imagine.
Exactly. You forget I was there. I helped mix the shit. I know.
It was like 5 different liquors, 2 gallons each, along with oranges and strawberries.
In a tote.
Lemons and grapes. It was all kind of shit in there.
A lot of people do punch bowls, or they cut out a cute.
No, we had a whole tote.
No, we had a whole tote full of liquor.
One of them big ass dollar store totes.
And you know what's funny? I just said punch bowl, and I promise you on my mama, you can call any of my family members that was there. One year on the 4th of July, kind of like you, we mixing everything in the bowl, in the punch bowl.
Mm-hmm.
There was so much liquor in this punch bowl, it literally exploded. One of them thick old school glass punch bowls.
Oh my God.
Exploded. It exploded.
That's crazy.
We were sitting there and we was standing around and that sucker said, we was like, nobody in there. It just exploded.
See, you either got to put it in, because remember one time I made the jungle juice, it was in a big tote, but remember the other time it was in one of those igloos.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe it has to be in something a little thicker or plastic or.
Well, this was that old school glass, but we have moved on to plastic. Because at least if this fly, it ain't gonna cut you.
Hopefully not.
Right. But I could not believe that. And the only explanation that we could come up with was, well, it was hot because it was like the 4th of July, but we was indoors. And
I wonder about that one.
It was just a lot of different liquors. A lot of liquors.
Yeah.
A lot of liquors.
Because see, I do 5 liquors, but I do a gallon. I do 2 gallons of each one. So it might be rum, it might be vodka, it might be this, that, and the third. But it'd be 2 gallons of each one, and then we add in all the fruits and the simple. What do you call that shit? The simple.
Oh, like the mix, the triple.
Yeah. And then we add in like some Sprite and some, Hawaiian.
It was I can honestly. Now this I know for a fact. It was more liquor than punch in that bowl. That I know. That's why I said it exploded, because
that's probably what it was. Yeah,
I know it had to cause some kind of gas that made that do that.
Yeah, because you got to have all kind of juices in there and simple sec and all kinds of other stuff in there. But
so, I know for a fact that it was more liquor than.
But I do miss those days. Hopefully, this year is kind of the year where people is like really, really trying to mingle, get back to normal. So
some kind of more normalcy anyway.
My birthday coming up in December. So if the weather ain't too bad, I might have a little shindig. In December, like I used to all the time. But
I want to give a shout out to my boo. Her birthday is this weekend. It's coming up. Give it up to my cousin Donisha. Her birthday is this week. So I'm gonna give her an early birthday shout out. Huh?
I ain't really heard about her birthday. Like, I just was with her ass like 5 days ago.
I just talked to her right before we came on live.
I wonder if she's gonna do anything for her birthday.
She didn't say. And because I hit her up because I was checking on her because of what happened earlier this summer. And being that that's who helped raise her, I understand. So I was just hitting her up to see how she was doing.
Well, I had hit her up and told her I wanted to take a trip to KC before it got too cold. So I told her to let me know her schedule.
Oh, I'll be down there in 2 weeks, I think.
Really?
Because After 7 is coming.
Oh, what?
Coming
where? I mean,
Kansas City. I don't know. He just was like, babe, After 7 coming in like 2 weeks. You want to go?
So he already got the shit, or is they still for sale, or what?
I'm guessing they still for sale. I can ask him when we get off of here, but
ask him, because that'll be perfect, and I can hit Nisha up and see if she down to go, because I want to go before it gets cold. Because I want to do a little shopping up there at the outlet and buy my baby something, my grandson some winter clothes.
Because he said that, and I'm mad because we were riding when we got into Kansas City last week, and I was like, Mint Condition came on. I was like, dang, I would love to see them in concert. He was like, oh, they was just here. No, he said Stokely was just there, and he had John B with him. I was like, man, and you didn't call me?
Oh, I would love to see After 7. I love Sarah. Ooh. You know what? Okay, this is what you do. When we get off of here, hit your boo up. Ask him how much are the tickets, if there's any left. And if he already got you all some, send him, tell him send me the seat number so I can try to get something like near y'all. And if it's okay with Nisha, I'll give her some tickets and we can go on.
Okay.
But yeah, that'll work.
I'll call the old man and see what he says.
All right, that'll work. Well, let's get back on track now. Back to the dating.
So can I get some, just some tips just for the folks in the back that don't get, online dating and how to, navigate it.
That's the thing. See, because I know a lot of people back in the day before Rona hit, people were like, online dating, fuck that shit. I gotta meet you in person. Woo, woo, woo. But the Rona really done a number on us.
Yep.
And the dating scene was like, what? Dating where? Like you met everybody online. That was just, during the Rona. Even people who were in long distance relationships already didn't even want to travel to see each other. Because they was like, oh no, you might give me the Rona, stuff like that. So now that it's over with and people can like see more in person, some people are still like, okay, long distance, online dating, it's okay. You just gotta be really
long
careful.
distance ain't for everybody.
It's not. It's not.
And it is hard. Because there are days when you want to come home and you just want to be up underneath your man or your woman.
I know. That's what I hated when I was in mine. I was like, and I ain't even gonna lie. Shay, I know he don't watch my channel and we broke up years ago, but I ain't even gonna lie. I had a few cutties up in there. I ain't even gonna lie. I ain't even gonna lie. What can he do to me now? Like we've been broken.
Okay. I didn't see shit.
You already know. You already know.
I didn't know shit. I don't know nothing.
You already know. You done synced it.
Look, I'm T.I. up in this bitch. You don't know me.
If you see me in the streets, nigga, you don't know
me. You don't know me. Nope.
But no, for real, it's hard having a relationship, especially when you are really, okay, like if you really enjoy being with someone sexually, some people, like, I'm gonna say like me. Men, like, I don't care what niggas say. Oh, I can go a year, 2-3 years. You lying. You lying.
You lie.
You lie. The devil is a lie.
You're bald-headed liar.
Shit, if a man go a few months without having sex, I'm gonna get him a motherfucking trophy because they just ain't built like that to withstand from sex. They're not built like that. And so women know.
But what about the man's in prison? That's doing years.
What you talking about?
I'm just saying. Now look, there are some. Look. I know there are some that's getting down, and they're like, "Oh, it ain't gay sex.
It ain't gay sex. It's prison sex.
It's the same damn thing."
Same thing.
There's some or a lot that don't do all of that.
And that's why some of them continually get arrested so they can continually go to jail so they can have that prison sex that they think nobody won't know about. But that shit always
get on the down low.
I don't know how many niggas I done heard about from the prisons here in Omaha. Like, yeah, that nigga went in straight and came out switching. But then when they get back in the hood, they walking straight again.
Girl. I ain't going there. But anyway, we're gonna move on. We're gonna
what's up, Corio Lover? She cracking up at us. Hey, Corio Lover. But if anybody wants to hit the link, you're more than welcome to hit the link. We just talking about do's and don'ts and tips of online dating or long distance dating. But let me tell you my little story. And Carmel Diva already know about my little story. And I'll keep it short. But I had met this guy online, and I thought he was really cool. He was friends with my family members. Grew up around some of my family members. I just thought he was a cool guy. He thought I was cool and whatever. We started talking, whatever. So then the guy started getting really serious and we started making plans, and it had went on for a long time, like over a year or so. And he was talking about moving back here and moving back to his family because he was here. He was from here originally. So he's talking about moving back here so that we could like pursue our, relationship in person. But when it got down to the nitty gritty, I mean, when I say the nitty gritty, and he was about to move back here, that's when he sprung it on me. Now, mind you, I'm a YouTuber. Mind you, Karma Diva, we have a social group that you have been a part of for a long time. And he's going to tell me, now I have a lot of, I talk to guys on a regular basis when it came to our social group. We have parties all the time. Guys there.
Not to mention your sons were into athletics.
Thank you. He tells me that when he comes here to be with me in person, I can't have no male friends. And I'm like, what you mean, I can't have no male friends? And he said, all the people that you talking to, that you have like relationships with, those gotta end. You gotta delete everybody from your phone. You can only have your cousins, brothers, stuff like that, immediate family. I said, are you fucking crazy?
I've been like, my daddy name is
girl,
and it ain't you. And my daddy didn't tell me who I could and couldn't be friends with, so you damn sure ain't.
I'm like, are you fucking girl? When he told me that shit, I'm thinking it's a joke, right? We still making plans. I mean, I'm like, this nigga playing. He don't mean this shit.
Yeah, he did.
It got more clear and more clear that he was not.
You know what that is? That is somebody who is very insecure in who they are.
Very.
They were insecure in who they were as a man.
Very.
And as a person. They felt like, basically, if you had any other male friends, that was competition for them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That, and it sounds controlling, like he wanted to control you. Mm-hmm. And a lot of time when they do that, they control your friends, and then they start separating you from your family too. They isolate you because they want all your time.
But see, I have had this happen with homegirls, friends, best friends throughout the years. They get with these guys, they get married or get in a relationship, and the guys do that to them. Then next thing you know, all their friends on the outskirts talking about, damn, I ain't heard from such in a year or two. I ain't heard from them in a month of Sundays because the dude be isolating them and don't allow them to be around their friends. This is same-sex friends. So
that's somebody
that's not like opposite sex, but it's the same thing. I would never. And when I say guys,
that's still but see, when they do that, that's still a jealousy thing.
It's still jealousy, and
it's still a insecurity thing. Because see, a lot of them think when you out with your friends that you either A, you out whoring, or B, you out talking about them, disrespecting them.
But see, the thing is, we have a lot of homeboys. You and I both.
Yeah.
A lot of homeboys. That's just like, oh boy, Curtis, that was just in the chat.
Yeah, that's my baby.
I couldn't talk to him anymore. That's my homeboy. That's my road dog. We done been on trips together. We done been like what?
That's what I mean. But the thing with my mister, he knew. I mean, because like I said, I met him in a Facebook group that I was an admin in. And so I'm sorry, let me turn this water off. So he knew that, first of all, I'm a flirt. I know, I tell any dude I date, I'm a flirt.
I'm a flirt.
That don't necessarily mean that I'm going to go out and fuck these dudes. I just like to flirt. That's just me. Like I was saying at the top of the show, I like the art of flirting. Mm-hmm. And I'm good at it. No.
Girl, so am I. Girl, you already know. Miss Queen of Erotic Poetry right here. I ain't been erotic poetry in a long time. But anyway, go ahead.
But my thing is this, like I told him, know that this is an online persona. This is a gag, but I'm coming home to you. Mm-hmm. If I wanted to do something, I would have done it. Mm-hmm. If I wanted to mess around, I wouldn't sit here and tell you about my homeboys if they were somebody that I was fucking. these is homeboys. This is there's a lot of men under the misconception that every man, if you ain't fucking him, he thinking of fucking you.
And that is so wrong.
Right.
So I literally have homeboys or guy friends. We have never ever looked at each other like that, talked to each other like that. Like
I remember, I can say this, when me, because you know how tight me and I'll call him Scooby. You know who I'm talking about, Mr. Scooby Doo Eyes. Do you remember how people used to try to talk behind my back and behind his, talking about me and him was messing around? And it was like, we ain't never, ever in all the years that we've known each other tried to go there with each other. Ain't never thought of it. That's always been my big brother. Period. To this day, I can call that nigga at 4 o'clock in the morning and be like, hey, what's going on? And he might cuss me out, but he'll sit on the phone and talk to me. That's why I say every man that you meet ain't trying to fuck you. But you do need to be aware, and you do need to know the signs of when somebody is. And my thing about the online dating that I want to caution people, like I said, number one, vet these people. Get to know, what that means is get to know them. Dig into them. When I say get to know them, talk to them. Find out who they are for real. People will tell you if you listen. If you really listen, people will tell you who they are. Give yourself time. Quit trying to be in a rush. Food is good in the microwave, but it's better in the oven. And it takes.
Ooh, I like that, girl. Hold on, let me write that down.
No, you always stealing my shit.
Hold on, no, I'm about to post that on Facebook tonight.
For y'all that don't know, I be coming up with a lot of these things, and like her sign off on the hood table. Yours truly. Look, she talking about, bro. She know what I'm talking about.
But no, for real, I like that. It is good in the microwave, but it's better in the oven.
And it is. Think about it. It's a microwave is a convenience. You pop it in, okay, it's done. But if you cook your food and let it cook, let it take its time, all the juices come together.
And I can look at that on a sexual stance as well.
That too.
Ooh.
If you must.
That popcorn sex versus that long, steamy, slow roast.
Right.
Okay.
Like we said, the microwave, you can get some, go hit somebody up, pop, pop, pop. Okay, thank you, holla. But that long oven, when you got your man and, he's making it right for you. And see, there's a difference when he can get in your mind versus just getting in your body.
Exactly. And the thing that I really enjoy about long distance or virtual online dating is sometimes you have to be really creative. And you have to really stimulate somebody's mind with your words without no sex.
Exactly.
And if you can do that with me, ooh, child, if you can get me all juicy and shit, I'm just saying, I ain't trying to go too far into being,
And I'm gonna say this, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn or nothing, but I have been told that I should be somebody's damn phone sex operator. But
girl,
I am his private phone sex operator.
I heard
that he get all that. He get all that. And he get and like I told him, I'm your personal porn star. Okay, it's me and you.
We talking about personal porn stars, private dancers.
Oh yeah, that was. Oh yeah, I remember that nickname. Miss Diva Dancer, private dancer. I remember that nickname. I ain't heard that one in a long time. Long time for that one. But yeah, just get to know people. We're losing the art of actual communication with people. And that's why, and I looked at something today and I said, this man is so correct. He said, these kids are so entitled and spoiled and protected that they talk all this shit online, but if they'd have said it in somebody's face, they'd have got punched in the mouth. We need to learn how to talk to people again. Talk like you got some damn sense. And we need to go back to not just the ladies, but mainly the ladies, because it's mainly us walking around here naked and sending our bodies through the emails and everything. But learn to worship your own body first. Have a sense of decency and pride. And you ain't got, I tell people all the time, you ain't got to be naked to be sexy.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to be naked to be sexy.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have seen some fully grown men that is fully clothed, and I'm like, damn. And I can't see a stitch of skin other than his hands and his face. And I'm like, damn. Sexiness is a way you carry yourself. Learn how to, your body is one of the few things that you own, coveted, protected. You don't have to share it with everybody. And when I say share it, I mean visually or physically. And these are things that we need to teach our sons and daughters, and we need to start remembering for ourselves too.
Mm-hmm.
And just because you may have an attraction with somebody online, give it a moment before you
give it some months and months now.
Well, I mean, I say, people remember they used to say the 90-day rule.
At least before you start selling, I mean, not selling, sending some porno pics, some and shit like that. Because once they out there, they out there. And like Jay Dunn, like, I mean, a lot of people calling it revenge porn, but it is what it is.
And she can go to jail for that.
It is what it is. Like, people were begging her, like other YouTubers, other subscribers begging her to take it down. Like, ugh. Child.
And probably and what it is, you know why that happens?
Mm-hmm.
People's ego and their pride. Their ego and pride. But see, what I tell my kids, ego and pride is why the cemetery is so full.
Mm-hmm.
Ego and pride is why the jails are so full.
True.
You got to get past yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know who you are. Don't let nobody else define who you are.
Mm-hmm.
And this, people are like, you get deep with your kids. I do. But
I do too. Shit. When they were 12 years old, I was showing them all kind of shit on the internet. Sure.
I have to be real with my kids. Mm-hmm. I have to. Because
kids these days,
if I don't teach them, who's gonna teach them? They dumbass friends who don't know nothing either.
And that's basically how I grew up. Like, after a while of growing up in church and shit and just being like so damn tired of being on the fucking pew damn near 7 days a week, like, me and my bros was like, we out of this shit. And we just started hanging out on the street. And that's literally, I learned so much shit on the street because when I would learn stuff from my mother, it always had to do with Jesus and heaven or hell. me and my mother never had a real conversation about sex, about men, about life. It was always, if you do this, you're going to heaven. If you do this, you're going to hell. If you do this, that's all our conversation was about because she was so damn religious.
Me and my mom used to laugh about all. There was some stuff I'd be like, Mama, you going too far. I do not need to know that.
I wish, girl. When I tell you, when my sons were 12, I had them online looking at gonorrhea pics, all kind of shit. We was looking at diseases. I mean, I was showing everything from like the age of 12. Like,
I was.
This is what you get when you don't strap up, nigga.
Well, I'm a former nurse, so I have all the medical books and stuff. So I used to sit there and show my son nose. Flip through the pages, son. Flip. Go on, flip. And I tell people, condoms are cheaper than Pampers.
I used to show my son the pics of people with lumps and bumps all over their buttholes to the rooter to the tutor and their tongue, mouth, everything. And they be like, "Oh, Mama, what's that?" I said, "That's what you get when you don't use condoms." They damn near grabbing their shit and running out the room. Like
my son, I bullshit my son used to curl in a ball and rock like, oh my God.
Like, ow, like, ooh, gross. Like, let's think of the worst pain you can imagine coming from your what. They're like, oh no, I'm never having sex. Yeah, you will. Yeah, you will.
I have to keep it real with them. And
just be careful. Just be careful. Don't say Mama didn't tell you shit.
Right. And see, my dad and them, they didn't tell me all of this. This was stuff, like you said, I had to learn along the way. And that's just like, other things. I ran the streets with, gangbangers and all of that. And, before I had met these people, I thought I knew about this and that. Oh, hell no.
That's how it was with me. I thought I knew something before I started hanging in the streets. I was like, and then it makes it so bad. I was so late. Like all my cousins, uncles, and them. I mean, so many people in my family is already from the street. They already hood. They in gangs, been in prison. Shit. I was late to the streets because I was really raised in church. While a lot of other my family members, they might have had to go to church, but it was like on holidays, like Christmas. Easter, that's when their mama would actually drag their asses to church.
And you know what? I hated Christmas, Easter, and Mother's Day because that was the only days that some of them people would come to church.
Girl, they be having on the flyest shit ever. Like you going to
church. And
you
be like, what are you coming in here for? What's the point in you coming here today?
So they can hang that shit up and wear it again next year.
I'm like, what do you I don't get it. And then, girl, we won't get on them people, but but I'm kind of like you. Me and my cousins, we laugh and joke, but we used to say it seemed like if the lights was on in the church, we was there. From the usher board to 2-3 choirs, and just Bible study, vacation Bible school, revival. I mean, you name it, we was there.
You name it? No, okay.
They don't know about that. They don't know about that.
They don't know about that. Well,
but the perils of online dating, just give yourself time. Get to know these people. Don't put all your information out there. And for God's sake, savor something. Keep your body to yourself until you really get to know this person.
Amen.
And then, even then, tread cautiously.
Amen. 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 Amen.
And the only reason it's working between me and my man is because I done kissed a lot of frogs, and I figured I was due for a prince. No.
Girl, I'm due for a prince, girl.
No, but the thing about him, and I'll say this: how we met. We met through a Facebook group. I was an admin, and we would already have conversations, throughout the group. And then he would kind of, he would email me. I mean, not email, inbox me, and we would just kind of joke around and stuff like that. And I had recently, a couple of months prior to that, had just broken up with a guy I had been messing around with for about 2 years. And so at this point, I was like, I'm done. I'm tired of my heart being broken. And I literally said, I'm done dating. I was done. I wasn't gonna do it no more. I was like, if it happens, it happens. But if it don't, I'm cool. And I said that to myself. And just the way his grown man approach, because at that time, that was when niggas was sending dick pics like, hey, what's up? And nigga, that don't impress me. It looked like every other dick I see. And I work in a doctor's office, so trust me, you're not showing me shit I ain't seen before. But his approach was, he says, I love your intelligence. I love, your sense of humor. He's like, I think you're a beautiful lady. He was like, and I don't just mean that physically. He was like, I think your spirit is beautiful. He's like, do you mind if I, if we can talk, if I inbox you? And I'm like, okay, this might be interesting, but I wasn't really looking for nothing. I wasn't expecting
down
to
in
be
the DMs.
Initially, we just would talk, just talking, laughing, talking about, his kids, talking about my kids, how we grew up, and we had a lot in common, and he made me laugh a lot, a lot. And so I was like, okay, and like I said, it took me 2 months before I even gave him my phone number. We was talking strictly through Facebook Messenger because I was like, and I had a rule that any man I dated, you can come over, you can come in the house, but you cannot spend the night. So this is where my kids lay their head, and I always want them to be comfortable in their home.
And me, I was the queen of booty calls. I made them. As soon as them niggas went to bed, I tell a nigga in advance, I call you around 1 a.m. And you know I ain't lying. Shit,
I didn't see nothing. I didn't see nothing. I didn't hear nothing.
You still up? They sleep.
I didn't see nothing. I didn't hear nothing. I didn't know nothing.
That nigga come over, get him a little thing until that nigga get the fuck out. Shit.
Oh, that one little chocolate dude.
Oh, the one who still be in the DMs and the inboxes.
Oh. Okay. All right now.
I am single. I am single like a dollar bill. So
I'm gonna stay out of grown folk business. I ain't got nothing to do with that.
And if I gave him some, I gave him some. But if I ain't gonna give him some, I ain't gonna give him none. But I just want to read before we wrap up. After you say what you last want to say, I want to read one of my little erotic poems.
Oh God.
That I had wrote way back in the day.
It was, he asked me, could he come up here and take me on a date? He asked, could he come all the way up here? So he drove all the way from Kansas City just to take me on a date. And I'm like, okay.
Well, shit, he is only 2 hours away.
Right. But as we got to know each other, that grease done got hot for them pork chops.
Oh man, what you doing over there?
I'm sorry, it got hot. I had to turn it off.
I'm just talking to you.
But it was just like I said, he was on his grown man shit, and I could appreciate that. I could rock with that. But there have been times, like I said, as a cautionary tale, there was a guy that I was messing around with that I had met online, and he had come to town, and we were friends, and we would kick it and laugh and this and that, and he and I started talking, and he lived out of town, and I did think it was kind of strange. There were things that he would do that it was kind of like he wouldn't talk on the phone after a certain hour. He wouldn't call on certain days. And I was like, okay. And so when I went down there to where the state he lived in, I didn't go to see him specifically. he was like a bonus because I went to go check on my grandparents. And, you know, I stayed in a hotel. And then after I thought about it, I was like, if I'm your girl and I come all the way down here, why am I staying in a hotel? And why can't you spend the night here? So after I got home, I got on my Nancy Drew shit, started investigating, and found out this nigga was married with a whole ass family. And then had another beg me not to talk to him. I mean, not to leave. Talking about, what if I'd have told you I was married, would you have talked to me? No. But at least give me that option. Don't throw me in a situation like that. Because what if your wife would have found it? She'd have come after me instead of you. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, that was a lesson learned, because I jumped right into that one without vetting him properly. I mean, we cool now, but it took me a minute because I was like, I totally did not like that situation at all. And I was hurt. Because we had been talking for like 8 months. So,
well, I was talking to somebody the other day about and this isn't even long distance. This was like in town. I was talking to somebody the other day, and we were talking about, like, if you always call a dude and he don't answer, but then he calls you back, that is like the biggest sign ever. I don't give a fuck if he say, I was taking my mama to the stove, I was in church paying my offerings and tithes, I was at work. I don't give a fuck what he say. If every single time you call a dude and he has to call you back every single time, like later, that's the biggest ass sign.
You gotta get away from your wife and kids.
If you really want to talk to somebody, you're gonna answer that phone if it's just to say, hey baby, I gotta call you back.
Right.
No, that you ain't gonna just always just ignore they call and call them back later sometime down the line, later in the day at midnight, whenever. Like, no, that's the biggest sign ever, for real.
You right about that.
Yep. But anywho, let me get to my erotic poem, and then we can speak some more about that if y'all want to, about the relationship shit. Other than that, I ain't really got much to say on this long distance shit. Anything else that is. But Carmen Diva, close your ears, because I know you got virgin ears.
You know me and my virgin ears. I can't hear this kind of shit.
Yeah. And I did put a disclaimer at the bottom for those of y'all with sensitive ears. An erotic poem is on the way. So this is just an honor of, we was talking about earlier how I used to write erotic poems, and I really haven't been into them in a long time. So I just want to read this one that I had wrote maybe 4 years ago or something like that. And again, for those who have sensitive virgin Christian ears, just bye-bye. Anyway, Carmen Diva, what? We ain't got no music. They ain't got no music. Oh Lord. Anyway, it don't even have a title. I didn't even give it a title. Okay, so anyway, it starts off with sigh, as if I'm really sighing, like, sigh. I'm in one of my writing moods, thinking about that nigga, that dude. The way he dicks me down, never a frown. From beginning to the end, I can only grin. He knows just what to do to get me loose. I know what he needs, me on my knees, or deep throating his big dick before and after he hits, or my legs around his neck whenever he pulls me closer, so we're chest to chest. My pussy curves to support his size, width, and girth. That dick, he knows how to work. This little woman pussy always ever stays so juicy. Makes him lose his mind. He doesn't want to come. So he'll take his time till I'm ready, just prime. On purpose, of course, I release the source that takes him there and keeps him aware. With each other, our bodies will share without a thought or care. The end. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That's like one of my hundreds of erotic poems. I haven't done none of that in a long time. Hey, Miss Sisla, I know I have music, background music under the brand, but I ain't got no chance to like go through all of them and figure out which one to play towards that poem. But yeah, you know I don't read my erotic poems online.
I was sitting there thinking two things you said. First of all, I'm thinking this video won't be monetized. And secondly, I was like, oh, I ain't heard little woman pussy in a long time. They don't know about that.
Girl, they don't know. That's like one of those read between the lines things. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, little woman pussy.
Oh God, that just bring back so many memories. Oh my God, why you even have to mention that? Oh my God! Wow. See, you only know if you know. Like, look,
and it was the way that was the way she used to say that little woman pussy.
That little woman pussy. Oh my God! Now I'm embarrassed. I'm blushing.
I don't know why your ass was never embarrassed before.
That was one of my favorite quotes back in the day, though.
It was.
This little woman pussy.
Look, she used to say it. She used to type it. It was.
You know how I type pussy, right? Hold on, let me type it in the chat so people
it was
say.
Long. It was like 8 letters long.
Okay. Okay, there we go. I just typed it in the chat. That's how I pronounce and type pussy when I used to do my little erotic poems and stuff in our groups.
It didn't even have to be the poem. You would just say it.
I know. And it was just whatever. Like, what?
And half of us was just like, okay. That's just Tanya talking again. Okay.
Listen. Don't judge me. Don't judge me.
We didn't judge. Like I said,
I like to have fun. I like to have fun. And you know, when we have those type of atmospheres, we kind of have to do a little bit extra sometimes to keep them really to bring other people out their shell. Let me say it like that.
Oh yeah. So
you already know.
I'm surprised Mr. Wet Towel, Mr. Sponge, Mr. Paintbrush ain't came through yet.
You know what? I miss him, and you already know the deal, but I do miss him. So if you talk to him, let him know I miss him.
I know. I thought about him the other day when I came back in town. I said I'm gonna call him. I ain't because he came by a couple of weeks before I left.
And I thought about him the other day when he was security at Elon's funeral. He was one of the people doing security.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, dang, nigga, really? Is it all like that?
I told him, I was like, dude, get over that and bring your ass back here. Quit playing.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you know how we are. We all family. We all gonna say what we got to say, and we gonna keep it moving. Ain't nothing personal.
Shit, if I can deal with your wash rags and your damn wave brush, I mean, come on now. Inside joke. See, they don't even know.
Inside joke, but
the wash rag though, toothbrush.
And he ain't got the beard now.
I know, that kind of pissed me off though. That nigga ain't even my man. I was pissed off because he's shaving off his beard. I was like,
I forgot. He told me why. I forgot why, but something happened and he had
to. Fuck the why. When I saw his, it ain't like he don't look handsome still.
He's a nice looking guy.
The beard was like, you know, I'm a beard girl, beard gang. So that beard was like giving me everything. Every time I saw his beard, I used to play in it. Every time we would hook up or meet each other, or when we had one of our little get-togethers or something, I'd be like,
moisturize.
"Can I just touch it?"
Moisturize. He was
Like,
scared of Tanya for a long time.
oh my God, he cut the whole beard, sideburn. He cut it all off. I was like, oh, if you was my nigga, I'd be so sad.
He told me he's gonna grow it back though.
I'm telling you, if he was my nigga, though, I'd be so upset. Oh, that reminds me with my oldest son's dad, and you know him, but he has a beard just like my youngest son. He gets that from his dad, like the whole full beard. And when he cut that off one day and looked like a newborn baby's ass, I was like, what the fuck?
Now see, that's something I think men should have some kind of facial hair.
I mean, he looked like he looked crazy. I was like, what the fuck? He said, I just wanted to see. I haven't had a clean shaven in like 20-some years. I just wanted to see. Nigga, you don't go the motherfucking patch on, glue on beard. You don't get your ass a beard wig.
Pick that hair up and make it a wig and put it back on.
Put a wig on your face. I mean, I'm like, oh no. I was so upset. I was like, oh Jesus, fix it. Fix it.
Oh Lord.
I'm like, no, I know some guys just look good with a beard and they don't look good without it. It's just, I don't know. Some guys can go both ways, but no, some niggas, they just gotta have something on their face, some type of hair.
Yeah, I think, whether it's a full beard, a goatee, a mustache, you gotta have some kind of facial hair.
Yes. And my oldest son's dad, it was just like,
unless your job prohibits it, that I understand. Because like when my dad was working in Campbell Soup, he's working with food. Right. They couldn't have facial hair. And like with my brother in the service, they can have like a little mustache, but otherwise you got to be clean shaven.
Yep. And I can understand that. I mean, hell, shit, I worked at restaurants when I was younger, so I know the deal with long hair and beards and all that kind of shit. But it's just some guys, I don't know, maybe it's the fact that they had it too long, so when they shave it off, it's like, you look like a fucking weirdo. Like, I don't know.
Because that's how you know them. That's what you know them. I know my dude, when he go through his little moods, when sometimes he want a full beard, sometimes he just want to goatee. But girl, he shaved it all off one day. I was like, if you don't grow something back on your face.
That though, if we did that with what we got, oh, I'm gonna shave it this time. No, I'm gonna not shave it this time. I'm gonna shave it this time. No, I'm gonna not shave it up. Like, come on now. The same way you like my face. Hey, come on now. We gotta compromise. Because a lot of guys like you shaving down there, and I hate that shit because the feeling is so. I used to get beat that shit when they be like, when you shave all the way, like some people like me, it be itching. I'm like, oh my God, why is it itches?
Especially like when it's starting to grow back.
When it starts to grow back, it itches.
But my thing is, after a while, I started being like, I feel like a 12-year-old girl.
Thank you. And I'm not trying to have a whole motherfucking forest, but I'm gonna have a little motherfucking bush.
Right. I'm like, I'm gonna keep it neat and trim, and
that's how I am.
But it was like that's.
But see, I'm a natural. I don't grow out of hand. I'm trying not to be really gross here, right? I don't grow out of hand. It's just a natural. You would think it's trimmed. Because it doesn't grow out of hand. You know what I mean?
Yeah, me either. I know what you're saying. Yeah, but I still keep it, I keep
it. Don't look like what's that person they say Bushwood Bill in a hairlock?
Oh my God, wait a minute. Why are we talking about that? Ladies, I don't know what this trend is.
What?
A lot of these new age chicks, if y'all don't start shaving y'all fucking armpits, you ain't gotta shave your legs. You ain't gotta shave the pubes
and the legs.
They ain't gotta shave the legs. I don't care about that.
If they looking like a damn whole bear.
Look, they can put pants on, they can put stockings on. I don't care. But them armpits, and then some of these chicks got the nerve to dye the underarm hair. I'm like, really? You're gonna bring it's already there and noticeable, but you just gonna make it even more.
They was hibernating during the Rona. They was hibernating, and they figure, oh shit, this is how they.
I mean, I know they say no shave November, but okay, it's June.
No.
What they say? I know it's no shave November, but it's June, bitch. Cut it off. That is one of my pet peeves is females with all that, and I don't like men with all that hair under there. You ain't gotta shave your armpit, but clip it.
And keep it neat. When I see men, like, okay, of course, I like. See, I can't do it, and I'm not gonna say his names, but you already know what I'm talking about.
Furby.
Woo! I can't do all that. I cannot do all that. That hair.
I used to hate when he would take his shirt off and come in like
fucking wool. What do you call that wool thing that you clean?
He had a sweater on under a sweater.
What do you call that wool thing that you clean like your dishes? Is that what you?
A steel wool.
Yeah. Your whole chest, stomach, and everything looking like steel wool. I cannot.
He had it on his back too.
And his back. I cannot do that. And as far as the arm hair, if it's sticking all out underneath in every direction.
And then clumping deodorant. Oh.
No, and then the deodorant be all in balls and all that kind of shit.
That's what I'm saying. Clip it. Keep it neat. You ain't gotta shave it. Manscaped.
Just trimming it because I feel like this underarm hair should stay under your arm. You should your arm down and you see the hair shooting out. Come on, Caramel Diva. Come on now.
But I was talking about the females, but it go for the men too. But chicks, come on, ladies. I understand you're natural. I get that, but it's also natural to get rid of that because all you're doing is saving that sweaty smell.
Well, you know what? I know it's about to be, especially here in the Midwest. Here, it's about to go from summer to winter with a little bit of fall. But next summer, ladies, get them heels right. I'm so tired of seeing ladies at the store they be having cute flip flops, but they heels, like their feet are two tone. Part of their feet is feet, and the other part is all callous. I mean, they sell all kind of stuff for your from doctor shows. I mean, just go to Walgreens.
I'm gonna tell you some of the best lotion. It's expensive.
Oh God.
But it works. Get you some Gold Bond.
I like Gold Bond, but does it remove calluses, or do you have to buy one of those like
a pumice stone?
Shave off those skin.
Get you a pumice stone, a ped egg.
Ped egg. That's what I'm thinking of. Get a ped egg.
A file. Hell, if you must be careful. No, I ain't gonna tell you.
Some scissors.
No, I'm not because.
Okay, no scissors.
Because that can cause infection, so I'm not going.
No,
but
they ain't gonna sue us. The hood table said use scissors.
Right. And especially with the little bit of knowledge I know, they'll come after me.
Yeah, because you're the whole nurse.
Yeah. So they'll come after me for giving medical advice. Well, nope. Anyway.
I'll say I said it. I gave the hood advice. I'll say I said it.
But that really how you can get rid of that and foot fungus? I mean, like how the people with the toenails.
That's basically what it is. It's foot fungus.
Mm-hmm. You know how you get rid of it?
How?
All you gotta do, you can have a bucket. You can do it in your tub.
Mm-hmm.
Pour you some water in the tub and a cap full of Listerine, the original.
Ooh.
The original Listerine. Listerine is a natural antiseptic, and it gets rid of toenail fungus, foot fungus.
What?
Little trade secrets people don't know.
I never heard that before. Y'all out there listening, all y'all ladies and men, because let's not just speak to the ladies on this, because
no, that's for everybody. That's
men like to be manly, and I like me a manly man, but I hate a man with some fucked up feet.
yeah. Take care of yourselves,
You
and
can't
see
buy
a
no
lot of people don't,
you can't
and
buy
especially with our people, with us being predisposed to diabetes, you have to take care of your feet. You
I'm just
must take
saying,
care
you
of
can't
your
buy
feet.
those 200 count linens. You can't buy none of that shit if you got a man with
They cutting them up.
you better have his ass sleep. You know them socks, Carmody, but you know I love them socks. My sons buy them every holiday for me, Christmas, my birthday. Those socks,
The little fuzzy socks.
the thick fun socks. You know
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So they know I like those. But literally, you gotta put your man on some thick ass socks if he gonna be sleeping in your bed. Because some men, they don't give a fuck. They will rip your entire mattress up with their puss and not give a fuck.
So what I'm saying is soak your feet in a little Listerine and warm water.
So no Epsom salt, just Listerine.
You can do so Epsom salt, but it's the Listerine because it's the antiseptic in it.
Okay.
And let it soak 10, 20 minutes a day. That's all it takes. You got 10 or 20 minutes a day to do that. Take your feet out, make sure you properly dry them, make sure they are completely dry.
And if y'all listen to this video and y'all take this advice from somebody who is a nurse, y'all make sure when y'all make sure y'all do a review, do a video, and let us know how well it worked. And y'all make sure y'all tag the hood table in it so we can know.
Yeah. And if you can't afford Gold Bond, go back to old school. Go to the dollar store and get you a jar of Vaseline.
But that good old Vaseline. I got some Vaseline sitting right behind me right. Hold on, let me grab my little bottle.
I don't know why she got Vaseline sitting right behind me.
Girl, you know that Vaseline areas. No, I got the derma. It says Vaseline healing jelly.
Vaseline is another. I don't know what it is about that petroleum jelly right there, but it cures a lot of things. I ain't gonna say cure. It helps a lot of things. Like people, when your skin is itching, think about it. It's a thick moisturizer. It's a protectant on your skin.
And mine says dermatologist tested. But you know what, Carmadiva?
You know what I do with it? My aunt was the one that told me this. And at first I used to be like, yeah, whatever. Like when my eyes get irritated, I take Vaseline. She was like, take your little Vaseline and rub it all over your eye.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know our girl from Omaha, Gabrielle Union, the
Gabby,
whatever you want to call her. She's she's doing that video. Was that her?
I think she's a representative for Vaseline, but I know Regina King does it too.
Okay, no, okay, I'm tripping. Not Gabrielle. I'm thinking of another commercial for Gabby, but Regina King. She's doing a video for the Vaseline, and she said she asked her grandma how she kept her hands and her skin so soft. And her grandma said Vaseline, and that's something that our grandparents and aunties
they
used to that shit back in the day all the time because Vaseline was always cheaper than lotion.
That too, and especially here in the Midwest, like my kids used to hate that cold weather before they leave the house.
Yep.
Honey, I was big on slapping it on their faces.
Because by the time you put some lotion on, by the time you get to school or work, you looking like a snowman. You look like the Pillsbury Doughboy, like you ain't put no lotion on in the last year.
Ashy, and think about it. Your skin dries out in the winter because you are inside in this recycled heat.
Yep.
And that heat dries your skin out.
Yep.
So that's a moisturizer, and then you going outside in that cold, trust me, here in Nebraska, in Nebraska,
in Nebraska, in Omaha, the center of the motherfucking United States.
We may not have a lot of snow, but oh baby,
we got a lot of cold.
When that hawk come out,
and they be talking about that Chicago hawk shit. They ain't been to Omaha.
See, at least Chicago got buildings to block shit.
Thank you. We ain't got no buildings to block the Mighty Mo. We ain't got no buildings to block the Mighty Mo.
We ain't got that.
Shit, the Mighty Mo come across 30th Street North, and
and that hawk come out. It will cut your skin. That I'm telling you, you feel that cold air on your face.
Yeah, they talk about the Hawk in Chicago. We got the Mighty Mo.
And so what I started doing with my kids is I put it on their faces, but then I would take like a towel, like a wet or a damp towel, and then just kind of wipe it down so it's not so they don't look like
so shiny and
yeah. But it's still they're still getting that moisture.
Yeah, I love me some good old Vaseline. That Vaseline intensive lotion, I like that stuff too.
Yeah, that's
I
what
also like my cocoa butter too. So,
but you know what else is expensive and works? Eucerin, and my personal favorite is expensive as hell, but I swear by it. Aquaphor.
Oh, I think I might have bought that once.
Aquaphor, you can use it for your entire body from head to toe. And we also used to use it for like my daughter, and I found out from like my pediatrician when she was little, diaper rash, because it's so thick, it repels that water. So that urine, and so that acid wasn't eating away at the skin, which causes the diaper rash.
You know what? I need to speaking of diaper rash, you know, like I'm a little grandbaby. He's 1 now, well, almost 1.5. But his mother buys this balm, and he spent the night with me last night.
Balm.
And is what is it called?
Butt balm.
Is it like in a square can?
I think so. There's a lot of good ones out. There's a lot of good ones out now.
Girl, that shit is amazing. It's like it got a little green designs or green on
the I know what you're talking about. That's not butt balm. Butt balm is it's in a yellow box.
No, this is like a black.
But I know what you're talking about.
Or something.
It's like a green can, but it's got like black writing. I know what you're talking about. It's got like black writing and something red on it.
Yes, that shit is amazing. And I put some on him this morning when we woke up this morning. I had to change his pamper. And actually he's in pull-em-ups because I buy my baby pull-em-ups. They buy him pamper. I buy pull-em-ups. Because I'm like, I'm about to get
only a year. People trying babies too early.
Girl, I'm about to get a potty, the kind that makes the sounds of flushing that look like the whole toilet.
My daughter had that. It looked like a toilet.
You know what? When I train my boys, and my son already told me, and his girlfriend, she said, I heard you are very good at potty training. And I said, yes, I am. And I said, when I train my boys, the first one got his potty when he turned 1. It was one of his presents when he turned 1. And the other one got his potty when he was like 15 months. So yeah, I can potty train a child like no other and had them potty trained in a few months. So yes, my baby, he turned 1 in May. So he's inching on a 1.5 years. So I told my son I'm about to order him the potty from Amazon, you know, the kind that looks like a regular toilet and flushes and all makes those sounds
and all that.
Yeah, I've been buying him. I be buying those. You know, you can buy the big box of the pull-em-ups from Amazon. I buy a box every month for my grandson. So,
and one other thing I want to tell people: if you got a baby, or for yourself, if you get diaper rash or whatever, you know, go old school. If you allergic to a lot of stuff,
get that brown.
Where you got to brown the flour.
The flour.
Yeah, flour. Cooking flour. You go in there and put it in a pan and brown it. And put
my
it
mother
on.
used to keep that shit in Tupperware. She would brown it and she would keep it in Tupperware.
I remember I had a patient and her baby, nothing worked for her baby, nothing. And I was like, "Ain't you got a grandma?" I said, "Ask your grandma about browning some flour." She was like, "Huh?" She called me back. She said, "Thank you so much." She said,
"Yeah, a lot of young people don't know about that. A lot of young people do not know about browning no flour for butter.
They don't know about a lot of stuff like apple cider vinegar. That's another natural antiseptic and antioxidant. Apple cider vinegar works for so many things, but my aunt and my daddy told me, and I thought they was crazy. They always kept like little brown paper bags, like you remember how you used to carry your lunch in them? They kept a stack of them, and when they would have their muscle pains and their bone pains, they would heat up some apple cider vinegar, soak the brown paper bag in it, and wrap it around the area that hurt.
Mm-hmm.
We got to start thinking these old people lasted for a very long time before all these modern conveniences.
Mm-hmm.
They knew a little something about something. It's time to start listening to them again and listening to, going by the things that they were doing.
Hold up now. One of my Facebook friends just posted a picture or something, and they said they're trying to figure out how to use it, and I think it's a toy.
Oh.
Hold up, hold up. Before we get off of here, I'm about to say this picture because I want to I don't want to put their name on here, so I'm gonna just say the picture. Because I want y'all, what the fuck? Is this a toy? I need to know. What the fuck is she trying to figure out how to use?
Oh, Lord.
Oh, Carmen, you probably know what it is. Shit. Don't act like you don't know.
Carmen Diva is innocent. I am America's sweetheart.
Yeah, that's what you.
And you know this. You know I'm America's sweetheart.
Okay.
When I'm not being shut shit down. So anyway. I had to look. I looked at my name on there. I was like, oh yeah, that part.
Yeah, save this thing. Hold up. This is interesting. I'm really trying to figure out what the fuck this is. Hold up. Here we go. Okay.
Let's see if this young old lady know what it is. Let's see.
Hold on.
I gotta hurry up. My daughter been waiting on me to flat on her hair.
Okay. Damn, why the fuck can't I pull it? Oh, this is crazy. Hold on.
She having technical difficulties, y'all.
Okay, here we go. Y'all gonna have to tell me, is this a toy? And y'all gonna have to tell me what this thing does, or if it's not a toy, what is it? Okay? So here we go. Y'all see it?
Yeah, but that's from the bottom.
Why it looks like a bottle with a speaker on the bottom? It looks like a baby bottle.
Or if if we were to see the tip, it kind of reminds me of a thermometer, like one of those ear thermometers.
Is that what it is?
It could be. That's what it kind of looks like to me.
Because the person who posted it said, so I purchased this today and I'm trying to figure out, can somebody help me, please?
Well, what the hell did you purchase it for?
That's what I'm saying.
What are like some of the words? Can you, like, I can't blow it up, but can you like see what some of the how the settings on there?
I tried to blow it up, but it wouldn't. Hold on, y'all.
Or like how you put our pictures to the side.
Because it's real blurry. The bigger you blow it up, the more blurrier it gets.
But we can't make out none of the words. If we could make out some of the words, then we could possibly come down to a conclusion.
Girl, I'm up here like, what's the entire...
Hell, I'm looking through my bifocals and I still can't see.
I'm just saying, I need to hold up. Let me pull up a better picture. Hold on, y'all.
Because I mean, like I said, had they posted it upright, then we could be like, oh, okay, well this. But it all depends on what the fuck did you purchase it for? What was and where did you purchase it from?
See, here is the. See, the bigger I blow it up, it just gets more blurry. So I can't even see the words on it. But it got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 6 different options and 2 silver buttons.
Yeah.
So
okay, I'm looking at the tip of it too, and
that's
it don't necessarily look like a toy to me.
You show?
Yeah. And the bottom, I don't know. Is that like a speaker or something, or just?
Girl, that's what I'm saying. That looks like a damn speaker at the bottom.
Yeah, or like where a battery goes or something.
Girl, I need to hit her up and find out what the hell is that.
Yeah, and what they, what it was purchased for.
I'm in need of some new toys. Shoot, Amazon sell all kind of sex toys.
Oh Lord, Amazon they literally sell everything.
Everything you can imagine. Mm-hmm.
And the funny part is, if you look on YouTube, it tells you like what the meaning of the people's logos, like big logos, mean.
Mm-hmm.
Like Amazon, if you pay attention, it has an arrow going from A to Z in the word, meaning they sell from A to Z. And I'm like, you know what they do? Or like in the Wendy's commercial, I mean, like if you look at the little girl Wendy, for Wendy's, in her collar it spells mom. Because the daddy, Dave Thomas, when he started it, I want to say it's for his daughter, but I want to say it was something about his mama too. It's been a while since I watched that video, but it was interesting learning what the logos meant.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what this logo is. I don't see no logo on here, but I'm gonna ask my friend. She's actually my Facebook friend, but I actually do know her. So I'm gonna ask her, like, what is this shit you posting on your Facebook? Asking us what the fuck you supposed to do with it? Like,
right, what did you buy it for?
Right, where did you get it from? Did it just fall into your lap?
Is it for your lap?
Did you?
Look, curious minds want to know.
Girl. All right, y'all. On that note, it's 10 o'clock. We about to get the fuck out of here. I just had to show y'all this shit. But Karma Diva, it's always a great time, a pleasure to have you on the show with me. I know you've been out of town in Hawaii, dancing around, doing the luau's and shit with your flowers all around your neck. With your
they didn't give me no lay when I got off the plane, and I was mad.
They didn't?
Nope, they don't do that. But you can buy them in the damn airport.
Oh, see, they tripping because that's all I know from movies and all that kind of stuff. They get it as soon as you get off the plane.
They set me up for failure. I was hurt.
Oh, that's messed up. They dirty.
But I didn't want people to know I didn't just go to Hawaii. I went because, a lot of people know that my mom passed away last year. But shortly after, when my mom passed, I told my brother, I said, y'all finna have another baby, him and his wife. And he was like, no, we ain't. 2 months later, they called me and announced they were having a baby. My sister-in-law said she didn't know it at the time, but when they came here for my mom's funeral, she was pregnant then. So I went to go see my brand new, beautiful little baby niece who's only a month old, and she's gorgeous, and she looks just like my mama. She has my mom's nose. She has them funny shaped eyes like my mama. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Oh. Well, I'm glad you got to go over there. I've never been to Hawaii before, but it's a
It
beautiful
is
place.
gorgeous. It's
It's a
gorgeous.
beautiful place.
It's expensive as fuck.
I believe it.
A gallon of milk was $7. Quit playing with me.
Mm-mm-mm.
And a
I
carton of
absolutely.
eggs was $5. Don't play.
Mm. Well, on that note, y'all, everybody who been in here watching the live tonight, thank you. Everybody who's coming in the
Appreciate
chat,
you.
thank you. Um, thank you because we really do appreciate you guys. Me and
Mm-hmm.
Karma Diva
Mm-hmm.
and a few of our other co-hosts that oftentimes come on here with us. We really do appreciate the hood table. We don't want to call like our subscribers, but I like to refer to like our
Our
family,
hoodie.
our
Yeah.
friends, our hoodies. You know what I'm saying? Hoodies. Well, we do appreciate you guys when we do come on here live and y'all show up in the chat for us. So thank you very much, Karma Diva.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to
Oh, yeah.
give, because you are, even though you've been in your relationship right now, you
Mm-hmm.
are in a long distance relationship, like a serious one.
Yeah.
So do you
Yeah.
want to give like one last tip or advice to those who might be thinking about a relationship online or in one?
Be honest with yourself. Um, Learn to see through bullshit because everybody don't mean you good, but a lot of people, most people are okay. Like I said, vet these people. Ask them questions. If you got to pay that dollar and go ahead and do a background check on 'em, if you must. But learn who people are before you start giving too much of yourself away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. And when
And
you
just
say
get it done.
the investing sometimes in the background check, I was talking to somebody the other day, and they had mentioned a guy, and I was like, oh, that nigga in a whole relationship. And then I had hit up other people, and they was like, I just wanted to be sure, like, is such and such in a relationship? They said, yeah, that nigga in a whole relationship. And I asked that person, I said, are you not following him on Facebook? They was like, no. I'm like, well, why not? Like, have you sent them a friend request? No. I'm like, that's the easiest way to find out if somebody's in a fucking relationship.
Yep.
It's following them on Facebook, and if they don't want you following on Facebook, red flags.
Listen, follow them on Facebook, and then because a lot of time people will post pictures and they won't tell you who the people in the picture is.
Mm-hmm.
Read the damn comments under the pictures. Go back and see how many pictures this person is in with, the person you talking to. How
Mm-hmm.
close are they with each other in these pictures?
And if they calling each other baby, sweetie,
Right,
all that,
right.
I'll see you later. I miss you. You
And
know.
and to me, that's part of the vetting process is doing your due diligence because you're protecting yourself. And not only that, a lot of people, you have kids. You are doing this to protect not just yourself, but your kids too. So do your due diligence. Be what I always say, be vigilant. That's part of being vigilant too. Do your research and don't just take people at their word because people are liars and they'll only show you what they want you to know.
I know that's right.
Do your homework. Um, I'm not gonna lie, and I told him that I Googled him and I did a background on him because I wanted to know who he was. I At that point I had been hurt too many times and I'm like, I gotta know who this is before I let him fully into my life.
Yeah, and people will tell you just like these YouTubers on YouTube. They will tell you whatever the fuck you want to hear.
Mm-hmm. They'll tell you what you want to hear. And like I said, they'll only tell you what they want you to know about them.
And it's usually
But
all good. All
right,
good.
but what is it that you hiding? Because, and that's, like I tell my kids when they come home and tell me something, The teacher did this. The teacher said that. Okay. But what did you say? What did you do?
Mm-hmm.
And it's not that I'm necessarily taking the teacher's side, because half the time I don't, but because I know my kids and I know how far they'll go. But I want to know all of it, because see, kids, especially kids, they only gonna tell you, like I said, what they want you to know, and not necessarily what they did or said. And that goes for not just kids, that goes for anybody.
Yep, kids on up.
So just
So you gotta be really did you say vigilant or
you
vigilant?
know, both.
Because you know I always get it wrong.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
I said it wrong for so long. He was like, if you say that one more time.
She kept saying, it was like, you trying to steal my phrase and you fucking it up.
Oh my damn.
But I just need people to be vigilant, and you know, this is your life. This is the life of your kids, because these people, they're not just involved with you.
Mm-hmm.
If you get in a relationship, they're involved with your kids too.
And like Sassy said, and like Sassy and her man, Langston, what they said was one key thing that I think is very, very important is when you really decide that this is it, this is the one, we are in a relationship, we are going to be one-on-one, regardless if we 500 miles apart or 3,000 miles apart. One thing that they said was when you're in a community and you are interacting with a lot of different people, whether it's a Facebook group, an IG group,
Ask about them.
A YouTube community, let it be known that's my man.
Let it be known. And people, listen, people will come up to you. Sometimes you ain't even got to ask about them. Mm-hmm. If you say, this is my man, people will come up and tell you shit.
Yeah. But see, that thing is this. If there's any inkling of somebody who might be thinking about trying to holler at you, when you make that shit public, when you make it shit known, when you are in a long distance relationship, that just means so much. Mm-hmm. It means so much to you, your partner, your whole relationship. When you can say out loud, this is my man.
I believe.
Like if you can't say that shit out loud, if you cannot say that shit out loud, then
what that old song say?
It's something where what they say is buttermilk. How that saying go, Karma Diva? Mm-hmm. That old country saying.
Something smells in the buttermilk, or there's something
like that. Something unclean, something dirty.
Oh, the buttermilk. There's something dirty in the buttermilk.
Yeah, bro. Something dirty in the buttermilk, something like that. But if people cannot announce that they are in a relationship with somebody, and I don't give a fuck, like Sassy said, I don't give a fuck about, oh, well, people are going to be messy and people are going to this, and this is nobody's business. Like, we ain't telling you to tell all your secrets and all your business on your relationship online. But if you are in a long distance relationship and you are in an online community, I think even with our online community, Karma Diva, you know, our grown folks group.
Yeah.
I always said, if you end up dating somebody, make it known. But if y'all separate and break up and it's a whole bunch of drama, leave that shit at the door.
Now let me say this. I'm gonna say this. You saying if they claim you online and this and that, a lot of times that don't make a difference, because I'm gonna say this. Like if you go to my Facebook page, you'll see that I have my mister's name on there. If you go to his, he got the same pictures he done had up for like 10 years. He don't know how to, his thing is locked.
Oh, so you're talking about like people who are in a new relationship, but on their Facebook or something, it might say divorce or complicated, and they never updated it.
Yeah.
If they don't know how, give me your password and I'll do it for you.
He don't know how, and
if they don't know how to do it, give me your password and I'll do it for you.
That's the old.
There's no reason why I should be saying I'm in a relationship with such online and your shit say complicated.
But hold on, but the thing is, everybody know who I am.
It don't matter. It don't matter. It ain't no reason why his shit. Everybody don't know you. Everybody
look, on Facebook,
So if it says
the thing is,
complicated,
on Facebook, I don't care who knows, as long as they know in real life. I'm
again,
that bitch.
anybody can come on somebody's page and see, oh, it's complicated. They ain't in a relationship. Okay, so we're gonna need to fix that. Do I gotta give you a motherfucking tutorial? Do I gotta record a video and show you how to fix that? Next time you come into town,
look, he don't know how to do that shit, girl.
And that's why you do it for him. That's why you do it for him. Shit, as many times as he come here to Omaha or whatever, and as many times as you go to Kansas City,
that don't matter to me.
And show him how to do it.
Hold on, that don't matter to me. Like I said, what's
okay,
on
well,
there,
it might not matter to some people, but what I'm saying is,
what matter to me is that your friends and family know who the fuck I am.
But that's friends and family. We ain't talking about friends and family. Of course, they gonna know who you are. His friends and family ain't trying to fuck you or him. We're talking about people who don't know. Like, if you don't know how to change your shit from it's complicated to in a relationship, then next time you come into town, or next time I come into town, or if I gotta Skype you or whatever, or give you the motherfucking cliff notes, I'm gonna show you how to change that shit. Like, it's really simple. That's one thing I don't like is when one person says married, and they might have been divorced with that person in 10 years. And then the other person says dating. Like, and you gotta pick, like, come on now, y'all shit gotta match up. Like, you really do gotta match up, you know, because it looks crazy.
The thing is,
right now, I know a nigga right now, his girlfriend shit say in a relationship, and his shit say complicated. And he be getting all kind of females hollering at him.
But the thing is this. They gonna holler whether it's a complicated.
I know, but it makes it much easier. It makes it much easier when they obviously know that you're not in a relationship.
And as long as he tell them motherfuckers, hey, I'm in a relationship. Just like, you know, my dude, he worked in Hooters.
Okay, hey, what's up, Nettie? Nettie said Cliff Notes. No, I'm serious. How you cannot be our age?
Nettie B, where the hell you been?
How you our age? You in your 40s and 50s, and you don't know how to change your status from single to dating in a relationship? Come on now. You
don't even understand the pains I go through with this man.
Girl, that's why I said I would do it for him. Whenever we hook up, I would do it for him. Okay, give me a phone, give me a laptop.
You're gonna have to do it for him. But like I said, people are shiesty. They will. It don't matter. Hell, you can have on a fucking wedding ring and be standing next to him.
Oh, you think I don't know?
Still try to talk to him.
Shit, you think I don't know? Shit. Niggas is scandalous, and so is bitches. Like, people,
it don't even matter what it say on Facebook. That's why I said it don't matter what it say on Facebook.
But it makes it much easier. That's what I'm saying.
Like I said, his job here around them little young girls and this and that. I said, and I tell them all the time, I want you to tell them little bitches, I will cut them.
And again, it makes it much easier.
And he was like, I don't even.
People is always gonna try. People is always gonna shoot their shot.
Right, and that's what I told him.
But you having on your Facebook that you are single or complicated is telling people that you are not in a relationship.
To be honest, but it don't say that he's
inviting people to believe that you might not be really in a relationship or that things aren't really as good as it is.
I actually got to go look at his page and see what it says, but it don't.
I'm just saying it is not even you. Don't even let. Don't
no, but I'm saying I got to go look because I just like I said, I was giving an example. Like mine says, I'm in a relationship with the Mister.
But that's in general. When I say in general, like I'm sure I'm not the
only one. I know what you're saying.
Somebody's Facebook say I'm in a relationship and they partner that they brag about all day and be tagging in pics and all that shit. They should say single. That is very conflicting. And so a female or a nigga on the outside looking in is like, this nigga over here talking about they in a relationship with you, but you over here talking about you single. What's good?
Shit. When I was on Facebook hard, hell, I talked to his brother more than I talked to him. because his brother's on there constantly. And hell, his brother inboxed me, "Good morning, sis. Hey, Dolly." Just all kind of shit. And I'll be like, "Oh, I'll talk to your brother today." He was like, "What?" Or I'll be like, "Oh yeah, your homeboy Mike, his best friend Mike." I'm like, "Oh yeah, Mike hit me up, blah blah." He like, "The fuck you and Mike talking?" It wasn't like, what's Mike up? Because Mike is Mike.
But again, that's people who know y'all. Like we're talking about like people who post shit on their Facebook and say they're not in a relationship. And some people is
no, he don't tell people he ain't in no relationship.
I don't care if they post it. I don't care if they say it or not. But that is an open door.
No, he don't tell people he ain't in a relationship. Now that
all in your, because social media is where it's at. Let's not lie. We all know that social media is where it's at, and that's where a lot of people meet people. And one of the main things that draws people to somebody else is when they see their status say, "I'm single," or "is complicated," or "divorced," or some shit like that.
But
that just automatically draws people. If they interested in you, if they like the way you sound in a group or on Facebook, or they following you, that's like an open door to say, "What's up?"
You know how I used to be on Facebook all day, every day. Even then, he wasn't on there like that.
Mm-hmm.
And now he don't even go on. I rarely come on there, and he come on there even less.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm like, it don't matter what his Facebook say, because
and some people don't care. Some people don't care, but I agree with Sassy and with Langston. When it comes to social media and you in a relationship, you ain't gotta tell everybody, "Oh, I went over her house last night. We fucked till 3 a.m. Oh, I did this and I bought her this and da 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 da." But people should know that you're
right, Natty, right.
People should know that you are in a relationship, because but social media is so easy to reach out to people and try to hit on people. It's so easy, jumping in the DMs, jumping in the inbox, and stuff like that. I mean, come on. If I could tell you and list all the names of the niggas that have been in my inbox over the years, and when you go to their woman's page, it says in a relationship, but when you go to their page, it says it's complicated. Like, bitch, this woman over here posting all these pics, tagging and all kind of shit. She bragging on your relationship, and you over here talking about it's complicated, and you in people inboxes. Like, this shit don't add up.
Yeah, no, that's foul.
So that's what I'm saying. If you're not ashamed of your relationship, and I don't understand what's wrong with saying I'm in a relationship with such and such.
No,
I really don't. But to each his own.
But that's like, okay, like I be on Reddit because I like to go on there and argue with people.
Oh Lord.
Girl, that's my source.
You might as well be on what's that shit in Omaha Scanner?
Oh no. Because that's too close and personal, and I'll be ready to go find a motherfucker.
Yeah, or the KETV post. That's real close.
Oh man. Yeah. But I go on it. I've met some people, and we may DM each other here and there, talking about somebody we've been arguing with, and laughing or whatever. And like say about 2 months ago, this guy, me and him was sitting there, we was laughing and blah blah blah. And so he goes, "I'm intrigued to see what you look like." So this
I'm
picture
down in
here,
this bottle of water. Go ahead.
this picture right here, my picture right here.
Mm-hmm.
I posted that. I sent that. I said, "This is what I look like." He was like, "Ooh, you a whole piece of arm candy." I was like, "Oh, thank you." I was like, "My mister thinks so too." I was like, "I am in a committed," I said, "I got a man and this and that and blah blah blah," and I let him know. He was still trying to holler.
And I'm like, that's what I'm saying.
He was like, you in the white boy. He told me, "You in the white boy."
The door easier when they don't know off the top that you are in a relationship.
I let him know. I mean, when I'm on there, I let people know.
That's just a human thing. people gonna always try to shoot their shot if they think they have a chance. But what I'm saying is, when you put it out there, it makes it a little bit like, okay, bitch, you didn't see that I said I'm in a relationship. What the fuck you want? Like, what? Like, it just kind of, you know what I'm saying? It just kind of, it might not shut the door all
like
the
I
way.
said, I told him I had a man. He kept trying to shoot his shot, and I'm like, okay, me and my man, blah 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 blah, and I kept making sure every time I, replied to him, me and my man. He finally stopped talking to me. I ain't seen or heard from him since then.
Mm-hmm.
Because I wanted him to know. And then on top of that, I ain't got no shame. I tell my man, I'll tell him. I'm like, oh yeah, this dude was on there trying to holler at me, blah blah blah, and he laughed.
Well, that's. I mean that. What I'm just getting at is, it makes it easier when you have your status saying you are in a relationship.
Yeah.
Now, people is always gonna try this, because that's just, especially a naked. That's like the best thing. Let's see if you can crack that bitch. Like, I know she got a man, but that's like, come on now, that's been way back since the way back. Dudes will always try a female because they just want to see if they can get it. They really don't even want to be with you.
Right.
They just want to see if they can get what that man has. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to online social media, that's something I just learned. When you say online that you are single, it's complicated. You get more people in your motherfucking inbox than if you said in a relationship. So I'm just looking at my experiences and stories that I know. Now, you personally, it might be different.
I was gonna say it's the reverse for me, because whenever I had mine single, my inbox was, I ain't gonna say it was dry, but it wasn't full of people that I wanted to be with.
Mm-hmm.
But once I said I'm in a relationship, girl, that shit started jumping.
And see, I'm quite the opposite. That's why I said it's different for different people. When I say I'm in a relationship with somebody, ain't nobody all in my inbox and in my DMs.
Girl,
like, I guess some people just know who not to try to, you know.
And I was like,
reach out to or whatnot, but I never had that problem when I was in a relationship.
And I let them talk. I let them talk, shoot their shot, and then I shoot their ass down. Cause like I tell them, when I was single, you was nowhere to be heard from. You wasn't trying to check for a bitch. But now that I got a man that's doing good for me, doing good for my kids, and now you want to come in? No.
But see, I heard that before too. I heard that from females and guys. Like I said, it's different for a lot of people. You know, everybody has their own story. But I have heard from some females that the only time a man will really try to pursue them is if they know that they got a man. And with that, I say some people just be trying to see if they can get what somebody else has. But then there are the people who be like, okay, she ain't in a relationship. She on her Facebook and say, I'm single. Why wouldn't they want to hit you up? Why wouldn't they want to creep in your DMs if they think you're attractive or they like how you sound? Or,
well, like I said, that was how I met the mister.
Whatever, you know.
Well, at the time I had single on my thing, and like I said, but we had lots of conversation, so he knew that I was single.
Well, let me ask you this. When do you go from long distance to not long distance?
I don't know, because
I mean, y'all been long distance for a while, so
I know.
You never tried to close the gap or be like, okay, I'm gonna move here, you gonna move here. I mean,
but see, he could transfer up here, but he wouldn't have the same seniority that he has down there.
Okay.
And I don't want to move to Kansas City.
Well, and on that note, I know somebody personally, and you do too.
Because I have a young daughter, and
I know somebody
their school system is not the best down there.
that close their long distance relationship off to being with the person every day, and they let go of a lot of pay. So what's more important?
Mm,
Like you can't just always be long distance, right? I mean,
no, and right now, like I said, a lot of it has to do with my daughter because she just entered a junior high, and I've checked out. We've talked about us moving down there. We've talked about that, but I don't like their school system at all. Their school
so
system is
basically be
horrible.
a thing where you guys don't have long distance until she graduates high school, till she goes to college.
Possibly, unless we decide to move somewhere else. And it actually works for us because he like his freedom, I like mine. Do we,
And what do you
and
mean by freedom?
we're, at the time, you want to be with your man or your woman, but then you want your space too. And I think we have both had our own space for so long that it's like if we were to be there together all day with each other, we probably choke the shit out of each other. But I don't know. I mean, it works for us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And for the time being, it works.
Mm-hmm.
Do I wish, we were closer? Yeah.
And that's something else that people have to decipher. Like, basically, you don't have to be like the Joneses. Like, if it works for y'all, it works for y'all. Me personally, I don't want to be in a long relationship for 5, 10, 15, 20 years. I want my nigga with me. I'm just saying. I want my nigga with me. Shit, when I get juicy and hot and horny, I want to be able to roll over and handle my shit. I don't want to be like, oh, you ain't baby, and doing all that phone sex and all that kind of shit. But you gotta do what's best for you. So,
Mm-hmm. I mean, like I said, with us, there's a lot of factors at play. He has his kids are grown, but he's still really big in their life. The grandkids, my kids.
But again, y'all ain't that far from it. I mean, it's not like y'all
right. We're 2.5 hours away.
Each other. Y'all fucking hop, skip, and a jump away. Like,
and he's here. Everybody will tell you he's here all the time.
Right. So y'all like a hop, skip, jumping away. But me personally, I just know how I am. When I'm in a relationship,
now like if he's in New York,
that got me kind of sidetracked last time because I'm like, shit, I ain't gonna see you for another 6, 7, 8 months.
It'd be different if he was in New York or some shit like that.
These dildos and toys ain't getting it. I'm like, I need a real thing, the real thing-a-lang, the real,
That's when you get a snaky link.
Girl, who you see? Snaky link. You okay? Okay. I always say it wrong. It's sneaky link. Sneaky link. Sneaky link.
You talking about slinky link?
I always say slinky link.
It's sneaky link. Snaky link.
Yeah, sneaky link. That's how you're supposed to say it, but I say you always snaky link. But
Nettie laughing.
Nettie, come on, Nettie. Don't judge me, Nettie. Don't judge me.
Get her, Nettie. Get her.
I'm sorry, but it's one thing about knowing you got a man that you can enjoy, but you can't enjoy. It's like okay, that's.
I mean, like I said, there are times when I'm like that, and those are the times when I'm like, even while that's one thing that keeps us fresh is we're spontaneous. Like I know there are times he at work and I'll be like, damn,
I don't want to be fresh.
I'm telling him shit, and he be like, babe, I'm at work. Why you do? I'm like, what?
I don't want to be fresh. I want to be I want to be fresh. I want to be sandwiched together. No, okay. All right, Nettie B said, no judgment. Thank you, Nettie. Thank you. No judgment.
Nettie, You know you judging. Come on with me. Come
Don't
on
judge
this
me,
side.
Daddy. Don't judge me,
Come
Daddy.
on, come on this side and judge her.
No, don't judge me,
Just
Daddy.
point fingers and laugh at her.
Okay, so right now I'm single. So right now I am single, and that's not for advertisement or nothing. I'm just saying I'm
You just
single. But
putting that out there.
if somebody happens to tickle my interest,
Tickle
then
your fancy.
we'll see where it goes. But as far as right now, I am single, and I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. If I happen to meet somebody and it's the right somebody, then you know what it is, what it gives. But you know what Carmel Diva said, and what I heard from other YouTubers as far as long distance and a viral or online relationships, it's a lot of good points there. It's a lot of pros, it's a lot of cons, but ultimately you have to do what's best for you. Don't try to live like the Joneses, be like other people, all these online celebrity relationships, and
They fake. A lot of them online
right,
celebrities is fake. They can
right.
all say they together and had a most fucked up relationship behind closed doors.
And that's
You know?
even Carmel Diva. Now you know that's even local. That's
Yeah,
even
it is.
you can know people, and it could be a couple, and one of them on their Facebook page talk, "Oh, I love you, always the greatest man in the world,"
But
and
I'm
you
saying
know
it's more so
that they
on
busting each
social
other
media.
upside the head every other day.
And
Like
you know, on social media, especially like on Instagram, all them
they
people
will
on there smiling and posting pictures
be
and fronting
be
and
front,
lying their asses off.
they be fronting for the gram, the fronting for Facebook. I be swearing sometimes when I see that shit, and I know people for real, and I know they just kicked that nigga out last week, and they on there, oh, I love him. He bought me this. He bought me that. And I
Right.
be like, nigga, you just kicked this nigga out last week, and he just bust you in the eye the week before. Okay, all right, but y'all happy on Facebook. But anyway, you
Right.
just gotta do what's best for you. Make the right decisions, especially if you have kids. Don't be too hasteful to have men
Right.
or women around
Oh,
your
we
kids.
ain't gonna go there because that pisses me off when somebody is just so desperate to have somebody
Mm-hmm.
that the kids are neglected. Their needs and their wants are neglected.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Or
see,
they
your
always
kids,
run into this. Damn, girl, have you ever? Maybe this is just me, but I can recall people throughout my lifetime when I was younger, and they kids asking niggas, "Is you my daddy?"
oh,
Or they just calling random niggas daddy. And the mom was sitting there looking
I'm
stupid
laughing.
like, this is not your motherfucking daddy. Shut the fuck up. Go in your room. Like
Now, like I said at the top, my situation, my kid's dad ain't never really been present. And this man came in and it was just natural when I did finally introduce him to my kids. And, you know, I allowed them to kind of build their own relationship with him, but I was still right there watching and monitoring. And he loved my kids like they his. He take care of them like they his. If I was to say, my son need this and that, like when my son's window got busted out, somebody was mowing their grass and a big ass rock hit his back window and shattered. So I'm like, damn, his back window shattered. He was like, hey, check your cash app. I'm gonna send you some money to get the window fixed. He just, off tops. Or, my daughter, every time he come to town, he got something for her. He calls her the baby. I'm like, first of all, that ain't no baby. But, and she calls him dad because he treats her like that's his daughter. Because between the two of us, there is 4 boys and then her. She's the only girl between our kids. So he's always bringing her some kind of little something. Oh, I saw this and I thought about baby girl. Oh, I saw this and I thought about my daughter. This and that. He texts her in the morning before school. Good morning, daughter. Love you. Have a good day at school. Okay, dad. You have a good day at work. That's the kind of relationship they got. So but it took a while for them to get there before she started calling him dad. But when you said that, I'm like, "Are you my daddy?" That made me think of "Don't Be a Menace to South Central" while drinking your juice in the hood when she had all them damn kids on the couch. What do you say when you meet a nice man? Are you my daddy?
Oh, that's one of my all-time favorite. What do you call those? Kind of like slap legs, slap. You know what I mean? Slapstick. Movie. That's one of my favorites. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Nettie. And like I said, I done kissed a lot of frogs, so I finally got me a prince. I think I might keep him around for a little bit.
Better.
Oh shit, girl. He already told me I ain't going nowhere. I'm like, oh, okay.
Well, thank you for joining us tonight, Nettie B. She ain't been on our panel in a long time, so
I know she don't like us no more.
Right. So this coming Friday, Nettie B, I'm gonna need you to free up your schedule for our Friday night live because we ain't had you on our show in a long time, in a month of Sunday.
Okay.
So that'd be nice of you to join us on Friday Night Live. But yes, we about to get up off here. We've been on here 2.5 hours almost, and
we was not supposed to be on here that damn long.
We was only supposed to be on here like an hour, I swear. But I'm about to get off of here and try to wind down before getting ready for work in the morning. But you guys, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for all the commentary in the chat. We really appreciate you guys. If you want to cash app either one of us, my cash app is the Hood Table 402. Karma Diva's cash app is and Karma Diva's cash app is $pumpkin, and it's right on the screen. It's not pumpkin like the regular pumpkin, but it's pumpkin, capital K 77. So if you want to cash app either one of us, feel free. We really appreciate that. And on that note, everybody. Sis Karma Diva always say I'll be saying her
my little tagline.
Her closing wrong. I'm gonna let Karma Diva say it for us tonight.
Oh, I get to do it. Oh,
yes, baby, yes.
Well, let me say.
Ow, get it out.
Anyway, everybody, we love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Everybody, stay blessed, stay smart, stay vigilant, and at all times, keep it hood.
Keep it hood. Bye. Love you guys.
Love you.
All right. Good night.
Bye-bye.